Hello, church. Good to see you here today. Now, we have been waiting for what the government has to say, has been adjusting and shifting in this time. And you know, one of the verses actually that we read today when I was with the preaching team is John 14, verse 1. Don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God, trust also in me. We can trust in Jesus during this time, so rest in Him. Now, as far as how this has affected our church, there really hasn't been that much adjustment as a result of the new regulations that the province has passed down to us. We are going to have to reduce our capacity just a little bit for our services, but we're still allowed to continue with our four services and connecting with one another there. So make sure you register early for the services, and we will see you here if you feel comfortable worshiping with us in this way. Of course, we have our services online at 9 and 11 o'clock. And then our services are going to be on December 27th and January 3rd. They are going to be completely online so that we can give our tech people just a bit of a Sabbath, a bit of a break over those 2 weeks in that time there. If you're part of a small group, whether it's online or here, please continue meeting with one another, connecting with each other, because we're concerned about your spiritual health, your emotional health, and your physical health in these ways. And we are so thanking God for this. Christmas in Lethbridge, our drive-in edition, is still on. And so book your tickets on that. Go online for that. We're at about 30% full right now, so you have some space. But get forward with that and invite your friends and neighbors to. They are going to love to come out and see this. As you can see, I'm with my friend Myron here. And Myron is coming here to talk just a little bit about what our church has been doing for the past many years in Advent Conspiracy. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that for those who might be new here?
Well, you know, Geoff, you know that at the heart of Advent Conspiracy, it's really about our discipleship as followers of Jesus. Our God is a generous God who wants to pour out His blessings and His grace on us. And He invites us as followers of His to be generous people, to pour out blessing and grace onto other people, especially those who are vulnerable or oppressed or living on the margins. And unfortunately, we live in a consumer-oriented culture where we can be kind of tempted, if we're not careful, to spend excessively on other people and buying things they don't want or that they really need. And so Advent Conspiracy is about resisting these pressures of consumerism and focusing back on the heart of God.
Yeah, that's right. Now, you are a passionate advocate for Advent Conspiracy here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about why you get excited about this?
Well, you know what? Each year, our church chooses a project to direct our spending towards, and there's just something energizing about pooling our resources and working together to have a significant impact in the world. And you know, Advent Conspiracy, it's been a tradition in our church for 13 years now. And over those 13 years, we have given over $1 million to different causes around the world.
God.
And so we're excited about that. And we've just done everything from supporting like water projects or infant health projects in Africa to addressing domestic violence or child poverty here in Lethbridge. And so it's just been a great program, but what excites me the most is that we have been able to just build partnerships with that and through that so that we can continue to impact our world and our city throughout the year.
Now, speaking of partnerships, we are going to use two of our partners here this year. One is the International Justice Mission, IJM, and the other is Southern Alberta Bible Camp, both of which we love immensely and have impacted our hearts as well. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about these projects?
Yeah, you know, 2020 has been a really challenging year, and that's been no exception for the ministry partners we have. So it just made sense this year to focus on some of these partners we've had long term and to be able to just support them in this season. And IGM does some great work in helping free people from violence and oppression, and SABC is an amazing ministry that helps people grow in faith and children grow in their faith. So I'm glad that we can step in and support them and during this COVID-19 pandemic. And I'm pleased to announce that so far we've raised $32,000 towards supporting these groups this year. So we're excited about that. Thank you, everyone. And I encourage you to keep on giving.
Yeah, and that's why I love being part of our church here, because we have a generous congregation, a congregation that loves to give and impact people through their giving. So please continue to give to Advent Conspiracy. And also, just as your pastor, I just encourage you to continue to give to the ministries that we have here at our church and support our church family in this way, so we can continue to see God's kingdom come here locally and what He is doing through our ministries here. So thank you, church. Look forward to what God is going to do in this season of giving.